Hello everyone, and welcome back to Jasmine's Crazy Cat Tarot. And today we're going to look into the case of Kenley Matheson. He has been missing from Nova Scotia since 1992 from Wolfville. So we're going to look in and see what we can find today. I've tried to record this video a few times and so many things kept happening. My cat got on the table, my phone started ringing, then I had to go and get something to eat because I just felt drained of energy. So there's been so many false starts when it comes to starting this video. So I feel like if Kenny had just started this university, I think I'd read in the article 2 weeks he'd only been there. So I feel like Kenny had some sort of false start and anything that could go wrong did. And I also had to retune into the energy because the first time I'd been calling Kenley Kenny. So apologies, Spirit, for that. I want to tune into the energy of Kenley Matheson. So regardless of what went wrong, here we are now. Someone does not want the truth to be known, but let's see what we can do. I want to start just with the true crime cards, just so we can get a basic synopsis of what we're dealing with. So Spirit, angels, ancestors, can we tune into the energy of Kenley Matheson, who went missing in Wolfville, Nova Scotia, 1992. What happened to Kenny? Why did Kenny disappear? What happened to Kenny? Lie to police? Someone is lying to the police about what happened to Kenny? To Kenley. My apologies. Bored. Maybe someone was bored. This could have been someone who was hanging out with Kenley. Maybe they wanted something to do because they were bored. Let's see. What happened to Kenley? Please and thank you. What happened to Kenley? Okay, these two want to come. We also have the ace, heartbroken, an accident. And let's see. What else happened? SA in reverse. Okay. So to me, this is looking like something that went wrong, a false start. I don't feel like anyone took advantage of Kenley in that way. This could have been some sort of consensual relationship or romance. But someone felt heartbroken, rejected, maybe an accident happened or some sort of altercation or fight got out of control and an accident occurred and someone had to lie to police because for some reason they couldn't tell the truth about what happened. It would implicate them in some way. We also have affair. This could have been someone who already had a relationship, or this could have just been something that wasn't out in the open kind of a thing. Let's see though. But this is more so looking like something accidental but was covered up and lied about. So angels, ancestors, can you please tell us what happened to Kenley Matheson from Nova Scotia? Please and thank you. We have the 5 of Wands. Yeah. Conflict, arguments, a struggle, tension, rivalry. Yeah, so I feel like this was a fight that got out of control, that escalated. Okay, so another interference. My phone ran out of storage. I'd forgotten to clear some storage before I started, so just yet another problem, obstacle. So the 8 of Cups came, so someone walked away from the situation. Something got out of control. Someone walked away from Kenley and they had to lie to the police about it. So let's see. Can we clarify SA in reverse, please and thank you. So honestly, something or someone does not want information to be uncovered about this. This is crazy how many things have happened, and I'm barely 5 minutes into the reading. We have the 10 of Cups. Yeah, someone wanted a relationship, a consensual relationship with Kenley. So this could be to do with a relationship. There could be some sort of interference in a relationship. Can we clarify accident, please and thank you? We've got 2. So we have the Page of Wands, theatrical, domineering, bad news, instability. So someone could not control their emotions and an accident happened. We do have the Tower in reverse. So this was someone who had a weak foundation. And I feel like if maybe Kenley did not feel the same way, they could have been very unstable about it. So someone was repressing themselves continuously, and this could have led to an outburst, a fight. But because someone was oppressed, they had to oppress or omit the truth. Yeah, I feel like this literally clarifies heartbroken. Someone is heartbroken that things didn't go the way they wanted or planned. Background energy, we have the Sun. So this is happiness. This is the happiest card in the deck. Someone wanted to have a happy relationship. And something went wrong because someone let their emotion, their instability get the better of them. So let me clarify some more with some oracles. What happened? And then we're going to get to the why. What happened to Kenley Matheson? Please and thank you, Spirit. What happened to Kenley? We have grass is greener, possibilities in reverse. Okay. Whoa. Someone could be hidden under the ground. What happened to Kenley Matheson? Please and thank you, Spirit. Can we get some indication or knowledge as to what happened? Safety and comfort. Okay. This could have been a friend energy. Regrets, mistakes in reverse. Oh, I don't think I've seen this. An enemy. Watch your back. So maybe, as the term goes, keep your friends close, your enemies closer. This could have been a frenemy, someone who was jealous or envious of Kenley. Okay, so Kenley could have given this person bad news, or maybe they gave Kenley bad news, but someone didn't react well to some kind of news. What happened to Kenley? Please and thank you. Secret admirer, timid. Yeah, to clarify, heartbroken because someone was maybe too oppressed to admit their true feelings, or if they did, disaster happened and they wanted to keep their feelings secret in some way or the other. We also have a divine feminine, so I do feel like there is a feminine either involved or with knowledge. Yeah, because look, there's one eye, the all-seeing eye, that represents secret knowledge. So let's get the why. Why did this happen? So let's break the deck, give it a shuffle. We have comparison in reverse, and we also have suppression. Comparison is the thief of joy. So someone was oppressing something, and it was taking their joy. So someone was either comparing themselves with Kenley, or they were envious or resentful about something. So what happened? Or not what? We have the what. Let's get the why. Why did this happen? Why did this really happen, Spirit? to Kenley. We have totality in reverse. Okay. This is like someone letting go of something. It's making me think of that scene in The Lion King when Scar, I seen 555, when Scar pushes Mufasa off the cliff, even though they were brothers and they loved each other. Instead of companions, there was a lot of comparison, and Scar pushed or let go of Mufasa. So I'm getting a song that I've written before. It's coming to mind. I didn't push her off. I just let her fall. It was a song about like being in denial, about being guilty of something. So maybe someone said, I didn't do anything, I just let it happen. Or something accidentally could have happened and they didn't do anything to fix it or make it worse, but they didn't help or save Kenley either. But let's see. This is a disconnect instead of a connect. Why did this happen? Why did this happen? Guilt. Yeah, someone has guilty knowledge. Yeah. But they don't show their regrets overtly. They hide this. So this could be a feminine with guilty knowledge beyond illusion. So someone knows what's beyond the illusion about the story behind Kenley's disappearance. Someone knows about a transformation and someone may know where he is. And Kenley was 20 when he went missing. So that could be significant. Someone's been sitting on this information for many years. Why did this happen? Why did this happen to Kenley? We have the miser in reverse. This picture is making me think of Yzma from The Emperor's New Groove. And she was a very cunning woman. This person could be very materialistic, but someone wanted to keep something to themselves. So someone didn't want the truth about them to be exposed, maybe what they did, how they felt, and yeah, they're keeping the knowledge, the gems to themselves. They're keeping this secret. Okay, we have participation in reverse. So yeah, instead of holding on to Kenley, this person let go of Kenley, and instead of connecting, there was some sort of disconnect because someone didn't want something to be known. So let's see. Let me get some clarification. Why did this happen, Spirit? Why did this happen to Kenley Matheson? We have transcendence, unity. Yeah, because someone was two-faced, and instead of coming together, they split apart, and they weren't there for Kenley. So why did this happen? Please and thank you. This could also mean that there was more than one person involved. Facade beliefs. Yeah, so someone's wearing a mask. They can't be their true selves. And they feel guilty about that. So why did this happen? Maybe Kenley knew the truth about someone. He was going to expose some sort of facade or information, and someone could not have that. So why did this happen? Please and thank you. Closed off, guarded resistance. Because someone is closed off. Yeah, someone's determined or was determined for something not to get out. So we also have fears, limitations in reverse. So the ghost of someone's past is haunting them. But this is flipped, so I do feel like it's just confirming hidden knowledge buried deep within, hidden jewels. And buried treasure is usually in the ground. Okay, let's see. We also have rejection, loss, fragmented. So I feel like maybe Kenley rejected someone, or he made them feel rejected in some sense of the word. Yeah, this person could be very worldly, but they shattered, and I feel like their mental health fragmented. So it's kind of giving, you know, a loss of control, triggered multiple personalities kind of a thing. Someone's mind was fragmented and they could not control their reactions, their impulses. So fire could be significant, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, but an ace is a new beginning. Someone wanted to harvest something. Someone wanted everything with Kenley, is what I'm getting. But he could have rejected them, and they didn't take too kindly to this. So I want to get the tea. Then I'm going to ask, what does Kenley want to say to his family? How will they find him? And then we'll ask the dictionary for some closing messages. So okay, we have bad habits and in their head. Okay. Someone could still be in their head about their guilt, their grief years later. Can I shuffle this? These are such big cards. Whoa. I don't think I can shuffle this. But someone's worried they'll be caught. Legal issues is popping out. Whoa. Yeah, popped out again. Okay, let me shuffle though, because I didn't intend for any to fall out. But things are just happening without intention. So something happened without intention, an accident, an altercation. Something went out of control. Someone couldn't control themselves. I'm hearing Self-Control by Laura Branigan. Does she sing that song? So that could be significant. So what is the tea on Kenley's disappearance? Please and thank you, Spirit. One more. What is the tea? Talking shit. Someone's convoluting the case and talking shit, telling lies, talking shit to the police, looking you up. Yeah, so someone maybe is keeping tabs on information because they're worried that they will be exposed. Even all these years later, someone could be talking shit on social media, crying over you. This person is upset. They're in regret, and they may have realized what they did wrong. But at the time, I feel like they allowed other factors to get the better of them. We have child services in reverse. Okay. We have cock blocking and in their head. Okay. So this person could have had a very troubled background. A troubled childhood is what I'm picking up. And this in reverse is telling me that there was something consensual. Maybe consensual relations. But maybe someone was not ready to take the next step or take the plunge, and then all hell broke loose. Someone had to cover their tracks. Tracks could be significant. Okay, so let's ask Kenley's energy. Kenley, what do you want to say to your family who are still searching for you? Set your sights higher. So go up higher, search higher, literally. With the telescope, the great teacher, he's at peace. He's with Jesus. Okay. what does Kenley want to tell his family? Kenley Matheson, please and thank you, Spirit. Traveler, move in a new direction. Yeah, so go higher and look somewhere else. What does Kenley want to tell his family and those searching for him? We do have the Great Teacher, but this time in reverse, it could tell me that he listened to the advice of the wrong person. Okay? So, what does Kenley want to tell his family? Where will Kenley be found? Please and thank you. Broken arrow. Yeah, something was broken, a friendship, a relationship, and this is upside down. Go higher. And Hermit in reverse. So this wasn't done alone. There are more than one person who knows what happened and has knowledge. Mother Earth in reverse. So I feel like Kenley wants to comfort his mother if she is still here. And this butterfly here, it's a transformation. He wants something to be transformed. Information. He wants someone to come out of their shell and come out with information. Something was broken. Ties, bonds were broken, and someone betrayed Kenley's trust. Yeah, and a mother could have information. A feminine also. So let's get the dictionary before we go. So, spirits, angels, ancestors, closing messages for Kenley Matheson. Where and how can Kenley be found? We have 2 pages. This J page always opens. So, a jaguar could be significant. Maybe somewhere where there's jaguars, jackdaws, a jackknife. Jackpot. Someone could be called Jack. There was talk. Jabbed. Suddenly with force. Thrust roughly. So a fight could have gotten out of control. A session. A tree with red flowers could be significant or nearby. Someone was a jerk. Someone was jealous. And a jewel. Yeah. Buried. Something was buried. Something was jagged. A jagged tear. Someone was projecting, but something sharp maybe could have been used or involved. So we also have magma, rock below the Earth's crust. Okay. We have prominent, an influential man. A maiden, a woman, magpies, magnitude, something that's big or high. We have a main, something that's important, but the main's an electricity source, water, gas, electricity, supply, maintain, a makeover. Someone could have had a makeover, a male. So there is males and females who know what happened. This could be his friends or people around him at the time when he went missing. Mama, yeah, he's calling out for his mother. Malpractice, someone done something wrong. Someone could have had a poor diet. Wild duck. And manliness. So, malign, defame, speak evil of. Someone was filled with ill will. And this is a disease. As they say, jealousy can be a disease, make-believe. Make or break. This could have been a make or break conversation, and it could have led to the breaking of a relationship or a friendship. Someone's a major player though. A masonette. Someone could have ties to the Freemasons. Something was magnified, something large. Someone's very grandiose. Narcissism could be significant. and someone was wearing armor to protect themselves. Yeah. So anything else? Ignition spark, internal combustion, a metallic element, a magician. Someone is a magician when it comes to the truth. Closing messages. 1 or 2 more words. 13 could be significant. 3rd, a thief. A thigh. Someone could have had a thigh injury. 1,000 could be significant. A thread. Yeah, 3 is definitely significant. Throw. Through. So yeah, I didn't throw him off or push him off. I just let him fall, is what I'm thinking of. We also have thorough. Someone was very thorough. Throat could be significant. Someone's throat chakra is blocked. Someone won't reveal the truth. Throw off. Yeah. And yeah, the web is cut. So maybe he was aware of someone's web of lies, thrusting, a thug, thuggery, murderous. So I feel like this was a fight that got out of control because someone was easily offended. Yeah, and they were skating on thin ground in the first place. And I feel like after a fight, someone maybe got very upset, reactive, and in a moment of madness they kind of split from themselves and done something that they would always live to regret. And I feel like they still do live in regret, but they live in fear of being caught, because in their mind they're still convinced that it wasn't their fault, it got out of control, there was nothing they could have done, and that's how they deal with it. But I do feel like they still cry late at night behind closed doors. So this person is secretive and private, especially when it comes to the truth about Kenley. So thank you so much for being here. Let me know down below if you enjoyed this, what you thought, what you think these cards mean. I'd love to hear your theory down below. And let's pray that Kenley and his family get justice one day, because they've been waiting long enough. Thank you for being here. Make sure you're subscribed. Let me know if you have any other case suggestions down below. I will add them to the list. And until next time, goodbye and God bless. Mwah.